What's going on, guys? I just had an incredible game, and I can't wait to show you to you guys. It had thrills, it had spills, it had chills, it even had llamas. So, with all of that being said, let me just show you what kind of game it was. Alright, I know you can't see from your perspective, but I had 11 eliminations in this game. Okay? And you can see I topped 1 out of 100 people. So I had 11 eliminations out of 100 people. That means I went I had 11% of the lobby that I killed. Okay? Boots went kind of ham. Boots went kind of ham. Alright, guys. You all know that I have a certain drop spot that I like to use when I'm playing solos. So what I like to do is drop right outside of Tip Top Terrace at this little cabin that's right across the bridge from it. That way I'm close to a rivalry stand and I can loot up pretty good from there and sometimes kill a bot or two. Let's see how it goes. Right here you can see I heard somebody and I had to see where they were at. I noticed they were right above me, so I grabbed a gun real fast. And I figured it was probably a bot, so I could just take my time and shoot them or whatever. And I was pretty much right. It was a bot. It was a bot. So I'm gonna take my time right here and loot the cabin and everywhere around it real quick, and then we're gonna jump right back over here into the action. Alright guys, with the cabin all looted up, it is time for me to leave the POI. I'm going to run up to the car here, but you're going to notice that the tire is missing. So I decided to make my way over into Treetop and get my rivalry there. So the tire's gone, so I decided, you know, I'm going to use the balloon to get over here. I get a bounty on me at this point. The guy Scorpio62 just left the bounty board. He just placed a bounty on me, so I didn't have to pick up a rivalry. Yeah, he knows where I'm at. I know where he's at. Let's go from there. Yep. Like I said, guys, this spot is pretty decent to find a few bots in if you're trying to jump up in the rivalry board, okay? And always, as soon as if you're near a board of any kind, as soon as you kill off your rivalry, go back over there and get another one. It helps you locate not only other players, but quick bots for quick kills. Okay, I found my bounty. I just noticed he was right there to my left. I know I got a little bit of time, so I'm going to go perch for him. I know he's in this direction. And right here. Okay, it's at this time that I finally spot my prey. At least I think that's my prey, but it's not really my bounty. It's another player that just happened to wander up. Alright, I'm taking my position on this guy thinking he's my bounty. But then I notice my bounty is now behind me on the mini-map. So I got to figure out why I can see this guy and my bounty is right there. So I forget completely about the other guy behind me, and I try to find a better position because I keep seeing the red dot on the mini-map go further away from me, and I'm thinking maybe he ran over to my cabin. As you guys can see, he's coming down the hill right there, but I didn't see him at the time. I'm still looking for him. At this point, I still haven't found him. Figured I'd just loop this spot and sit here and wait and see what he was going to do, because I knew he was either just outside the storm or inside the storm. I can't hear him at this point, but I can see the red dot on the mini map for the rivalry. So I decided to get a better look, and then he takes a shot at me. Now guys, it's at this point I'm thinking this is a bot, right? Because I didn't pay attention that he shot explosive rounds at me, which means he is carrying an exotic. So I'm thinking at this point it's a bot. And he's running down to the riverbank, because that's how most bots do. They run closer to the river out in the open to where you can get an easier kill. So I went to maneuver around the tree because I thought that's where he was going. I didn't see him because my face was toward the tree, and then he hit me with an explosive round. It's at this point I know this is not a bot, this is a real player. And he's smart, because he managed to evade me to where I couldn't detect or see him, and he's got me dead to rights, to be honest. I was going to shoot out the tree there, but then I decided, you know what? Let me close the gap, get in close, and I might can take him out with my guns here. Alright guys, look at this. See how much health he almost ate me alive there. I lost all of my shield and have and my health is draining as we speak because I'm in the storm. Okay, notice I left that exotic in the storm. I left it way back there in the storm. So I'm going to ask a question later on in this video, and you guys write in the comments about this question. Remember the exotic. Okay guys, I'm out of the storm now, and it's right here where I decide I have to get some heals. Okay? There's no way around it. I have to get heals. So I decided that since I was so close to Dark Dominion, that I was going to go over to Dark Dominion, hit their vending machines, get my health back up, and then hit the 0 point and get the heck out of Dodge. That was my plan. Alright, I've gotten my health up. I'm going to drink this slurp. But while I'm drinking the slurp, there's gunfire up on the ridge up here. So I decided to just bounce and get out of there. Now, as I'm bouncing and getting out of there, I noticed I have a bounty on me again. And this bounty is over here in the mountain area. And once again, the name fooled me. I thought it was a bot. You guys are picking some of the most bot names ever created. Y'all need to stop it. Okay, it's right here. I noticed the balloon popped up and my bounty was moving at me fast. So I know it's not a bot at this point. I know it's a real player because bots don't use balloons. And look at this, guys. Look what he dropped. Look what he dropped. The explosive DMR again. Again. That's the second player that I fought back to back, actually, that came at me with the explosive DMR. How many of these exotics are in the game, and how can I acquire them? Now, I thought that was a little strange and weird, and I just killed a guy with a crown, and now I just killed another guy with a crown, and both of them had the explosive exotic. So if you guys can let me know where exactly to obtain this explosive exotic, put it in the comments, please. Okay, guys, this is where it gets really weird. I just killed the guy with the explosive exotic, and I'm looting out. And this time I'm going to pick up the exotic, okay? Because I figured that was the second time I got hit with one. I wanted to pick it up. Alright, but this is where it gets really, really weird. It's like half the lobby decided it wanted to take a shot at me. And I couldn't even get healed up. I mean, right now, my heals are looking pretty good. I got 4 kills. So I'm looking decent. You know, a couple of bots, a couple of real players. And things are looking decent. Okay. I heard a balloon or something. I heard something. I heard a noise up above me on the ridge. So I went to take a look at it. And then I got shot at from behind. From Gun Goes Pew Pew 38. The names. The names. Okay? That's not so weird, right? Remember, I heard that noise coming, right? I heard the noise coming. And it still hadn't popped up on me. So I went ahead and decided to drop my AR and pick up my gray pistol. I know you guys are going to say, that's insane. Why would you do such a thing? There's a method to my madness. I have a strong, firm belief that the pistol right now, in any rarity, is the best gun in the game. Pure, plain, simple. You'll see all the pros running a pistol and a shotgun. They're not picking up the SMGs. They're not picking up the DMRs. And the only times that they really pick up the ARs is for the long game. Now, I'm thinking, hey, I got a little bit of time to rest here for a second. You know, so that's what I'm doing. And then I went back to check on that noise that I heard. And I'm not seeing anybody. Okay, guys. I've checked out the hill thoroughly. There's nobody there. And at this point, I'm thinking, well, maybe I should get out of here. Right? I drop my crown. And then I hear footsteps. I hear footsteps, right? And I'm like, oh my god, really? Another one. So Queen Beat over here drops and starts to rush me. So I take out Queen Beat, but you know, she knocked a little bit of my health, a little bit of my shield down. But they did bring me a good pistol. So I switched out the gray one for the blue one. And it's at this point I get another bounty put on me. Alright, so I'm looking. I found my bounty. I know which direction he's coming from. I'm like, you know what? This is going to be simple. I can just sit right here and wait for him to come up the hill. Because I can see the red dot. You know, it's slowly making its way closer towards me. And all my concentration is on this red dot that's moving towards me. Mr. Hernandez over here. And I heard him power punch up. I started to run. But then I was like, nope, I'm fighting this one out. And I killed Mr. Hernandez. Alright, I'm thinking, alright, now I can at least heal a little bit. As you can see, I got knocked down quite a bit. I don't even have any weapons. DNA guy wanted to make a showing of things. And he dropped down. And then here comes another person. Kilbride Mafia decided they were going to take the reins on things and come and take me out. It's at this point I'm like losing my mind. I mean, my health is almost all the way gone. I've got no shield. And I haven't even really had a good chance to reload my guns yet. And now I can hear footsteps again. And then I hear the strangest noise. I hear the strangest noise running up on me. What is it that could be running up on me? It's somebody in a darn llama! I've only killed one person so far this season that has been in a llama. And I've fought like 4 or 5 of them. And they've always won because the llama takes all the damage. So I'm sitting here trying to get my health back up. I got my stuff pulled out. I hear the llama. And I decide, you know what, just get the heck out of there. At this time, he hits me with a few shots. And I can run. Now he is still gunning for me. He is still gunning for me, but I know he's up on the ridge shooting down, right? So I decide to hug the wall to get out of those shots. Now all of this is thinking like this. Guys, you got to think like this when you're doing these plays. Grab the car and get the heck out of Dodge. Alright. Now my only thought is go find somewhere and heal. And when I get that taken care of, we'll come back to the story. Alright guys, here we are. I'm all healed back up. As you can see right here, I got my full health, full shield, and it's a good thing that I do. And I'm getting ready to head back into the fray. I'm trying to stay right ahead at the tip of the storm, moving on the outside, furthest away from where I hear all the action that is taking place. Now I'm thinking to myself, somebody might see me if they're on top of the jewel. And darn if I didn't get shot at. From where? From where are they shooting me from? On top of the jewel, my friend. Yup. That super sweat thought he had the perfect sniper position. And he almost got me, guys. He almost got me. He knocked me down just a little bit. Made me have to dip in my health a little bit from having to sit in the storm for just a second. Now I know where the sniper guy is at on top, and he decides he wants to come. So I'm watching him. He jumped down. And then I notice there's a bunker over here. It just got erected. Right there. So I know where he's at. And then he grabs a car and decides he's going to come visit me. Alright, so I start making sure I'm ready. He comes over to the outside. I try to shoot him out of the car. He bumps me. He thinks he's just going to run me over. Then I shoot his car all to crap. And then we fight. He has a crown. He doesn't have it anymore. Lesson. Alright. I'm not sure where the other guys are, so I try to make my way around, because the storm, I know the zone is going to be closing, so I want to keep at the head of the zone. You always want to push towards the head of the zone, but I couldn't help this blue chest sitting out here in the open. And I grabbed some heals from it. As you guys can see, I did get hurt a little bit there. And I had to run. And then this, I get shot at again. So these guys know where I'm at. I have no clue where they're at, and they're shooting at me. Alright, I know I need to stay in ahead of the storm and get as close to the front as I possibly can. Now, I knew if I would jumped on top of the building, that dude that was shooting at me before was going to shoot me. So I went ahead and went to the side of the building because I seen all the windows and I knew I could get in. Remember, I'm looking for shield right now. That's what I'm doing. And I see some barrels over there, but I didn't really want to make any racket. And did you hear what I just heard? Yes, my friends, the guy with the llama is still alive. That's how overpowered this weapon is, man. A llama is a weapon. If you can learn to shoot while you're bouncing, you're good. I mean, it's like running around with a shield on because the llama is going to take the damage instead of you. I go ahead and grab the shield because I know I'm going to need it. So that puts me a little over half shield. And then this guy comes in and just lasers me. And I have to run like a chicken with my head cut off and try to stay out of any zones. Look at that. All my shield that I worked to get and that. So I have to leave. I decide to bounce. Right? I'm bouncing out. And as you guys can see, it was disastrous. They jumped in from the top of me. And I had to get out of there. But I knew if I ran out in the open, they would pick me off. So I ran back using the cover of the building, and then the storm came up, and I knew I had to run again. So I just shockwaved the crap out of this to get the heck out of there. No shield or heals whatsoever. Remember, I'm down, they're not. But one guy's in the storm. The guy in the llama is in the storm, right? Remember, I picked this up earlier, and I hadn't used it yet. Dish soaked Dan over there, running around in the tung-tung. Dude, I'm sitting here thinking, if I die to a llama and a tung-tung, I will never live this down to not only myself, but my community. But the guy in the llama, his llama finally dies, and I eradicate him with my explosive rounds there. And now I see Tung Tung. He's fully healed. Alright, Tung Tung's got full health. I got this. I'm thinking to myself, if I lose to Tung Tung, I will never in my life live it down again. But I got explosive rounds, baby, and a shotgun. And as you see, your glorious leader reigns supreme. Alright. That was a great video, wasn't it, guys? Alright, thank you so much for being here today. I do appreciate it. Y'all have an awesome day, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Until the next time, guys, remember to use B-2-B in the item shop whenever you're making a purchase. It helps out a lot, and a like is always appreciated. So thank you guys for being here, and I shall see you in the next one. Until then, Boots is out, y'all. Bye-bye, guys.